Hello, this is John with Lankford Mountain Woodworks. We've had great success with our 20-inch Grizzly planer over the past several months, and not any issues at all, with the exception of just doing regular service that they require. But today I did something dumb and picked up a piece of scrap wood and had a nail in the end of it and didn't catch it. And next thing I know, I heard it clunk, and then we chipped one of the carbide inserts. So here's the piece of wood that I chipped the tooth on the planer with. It was just a scrap piece of 2x that I needed to make a shelf bracket real quick, and threw it in the planer, and you can see right there where the nail probably was. And after it chipped, you can see the line here that it made where it didn't plane the wood smoothly all the way down it. And I knew as soon as I saw that I'd messed up. Today I'm going to go into the cutter head, find the chipped insert, and either turn it or replace it depending on the damage. So first thing we did was take all the 10mm bolts out using an impact driver to remove the dust cover. And then we took the rest of them out to remove the top of the cutter head. So that exposes the cutter head, and it was somewhere in the middle. So it's a matter of rotating the cutter head, the spiral cutter head, and finding the chip, and right there it is. That tooth's chipped, and it will examine to make sure there's not more than that chipped. This one here's got a chip in it. And this one here is just barely nicked on the corner also. We'll have to check to see if we need to change that one out. We've never done it before. This will be our first time, so you can learn with us. So of course, for safety, make sure the planer is unplugged and disconnected at the power source. That's just common sense, right? Make sure the hole's cleaned out so your bit goes in there properly. Make sure it's in reverse. Give it a pop. Comes right out. The knives have a little bit of a engraving on them that says JT on the very front edge. So I think that's to help know which way they've all been aligned. So what I'm going to do is take the part that says JT, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees so that it's on the left facing. And then I'm just going to clean that little bit of debris that's on the back of it. We've not run any pine through this, so really there's very little resin buildup, just a little bit of sawdust here and there. I'm sure if you ran a lot of pine where you got a lot of rosin in here, it'd be a lot harder to clean. Probably have to use some solvents to help with that. And then I'm going to clean out the edges here. This knife looks really clean still. Blow it out. Once again, we're going to take the engraving and we're going to turn it 90 degrees clockwise. Start it back in there. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And I'm going to bump it with the impact. There. I might just take the hand tool and go behind it just to double check. And that's pretty dang tight. All right. I'm going to turn it just a little bit more just to double check, make sure there's no more. There's one more just on the very tip. We're going to leave it alone. We'll do a run as soon as we get it back together, and if that's a problem, I'll go back and fix it later. So anyway, that's our first time having to do this, and we've ran thousands of board foot through it so far, so I guess I'm pretty fortunate that we've not damaged it.